Hey guys, it's me, Sharmise, aka Professor Mo, and I am back with lesson 21 in our micro lessons in public speaking. Today we are talking about reading the room, and I love it. I love the idea of having a conversation about reading the room because in a lot of instances, people don't. So what is reading the room? Looking around the room to see what is going on. If the information that you are sharing is resonating with the audience, if the way that you are speaking is really allowing them to connect with what you are saying or doing. How do you even know what to look for, right? So when it comes to reading the room, there's a bunch of different things that you can do, and that would cause you to look up from speaking. So just a reminder, we are not reading and looking down solely at the information that we're sharing, because this doesn't allow us to pick up on the cues or information that people are giving us. We gotta look up. When you are looking up and you are looking around the room, you can pick up on people's body language. Body language can tell you a myriad of things. If somebody has their arms folded, that could mean something. If they're turned away from you, that could also mean something. Aside from body language or posture showing that someone is tense or angry or upset, or you may have said something triggering to them, you also want to look to see if their eyes are up and they're engaging with you. You could look at people's mouths. Mouths a lot of time tell you when people are angry or frustrated, or people might look confused. A lot of people be looking up like the math ain't math and what's tea. So sometimes when you can look and read that people are confused or maybe didn't register the information that you are sharing, you can then rephrase what you said or take an opportunity to fix it on the fly. Another thing that you can pay attention to, I said body language and facial expression. Sometimes people are going to literally say what was offensive to them. So if you know you have something that is questionable or you have a hot button topic, it can be super important to pan the room just to make sure that everybody's comfortable with the information that you're sharing. Aside from needing to read the room, I think it's important to tactfully put together a speech, especially if you have a topic that could be triggering for people. I've watched students execute a triggering speech and trigger multiple people in the audience. So it's really important to plan a speech with care and intention and be mindful of everybody that's in the room. You don't know everything about everybody. And unless you do, you can't really execute the way you want to. So I think it's important to be super mindful about those hot button topics. But in order for you to not lose focus in your speech and not lose momentum, look for signs and cues that people are resonating with the information that you're sharing. Look at body language, look at eyes, look at the mouth. Try to see what, if people are picking up on the information that you are sharing so you can adjust. Maybe you're talking too fast. Maybe you weren't that clear in the information that you're sharing, and you can go back and make it a little bit more understandable, make it a little bit more palatable, provide an example that gives people context. There's lots of things that you can do if you notice that people are not understanding or not interested, or if you feel like you need to pick up the pace for time, that's also something that you can do. Or if you need to fix your tone and liven things up a little bit, I always say keep a story in your back pocket. A funny story, bonus, okay? Or a joke, icing on the cake. But just try to make sure that you are paying attention to the audience. You don't need to stare them down or things of that nature, but ultimately the speech is for the audience as well as yourself. If you are giving an audience-centered speech, looking around the room for feedback should fuel you and give you all the affirmation that you need. But if you feel like you need to make any modifications on the fly, you should be able to do so with a simple scan of the room. So today we talked about reading the room. Things you should look for are body language, eye contact, facial expressions, and things of that nature. And just plan to make modifications for clarity, further interest, or time. I'll see you guys next time.